to go In the Room podcast with Josh Wide Open Weems, one of the first contract winners for Total Line Fight Series back on September 26th. Josh, welcome to the show, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you and pick your brain about your experience, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me.
You fought bare knuckle boxing for Total Line Fight Series, the feeder league for BKFC, man. How did you get this fight, and how'd you feel fighting BKFC?
I'd say my good friend Caleb Harris, a fighter for BKFC, had some strings pulled to help me get in there, but also the best management in the game right now. First round management, Jesse James Wallace, he's my manager, and he let Nate Shook know that I was gonna, come to fight no matter the opponent, and I did that. And I had a great experience. I think it was definitely a shocker that it was like I wasn't. It was like I was wearing gloves. I guess once the adrenaline starts pumping, it was no different until I felt my hand kind of crunch a little bit in the later part of the round. But other than that, man, it was super fun, and I can set a higher pace because it's not 5-minute rounds. So.
Excellent. Well, Josh, man, you're 6-2 as an MMA fighter, and most of your wins are finishes. I mean, you're a killer on the ground. Where did you get your boxing experience? Because that night, not only the commentators, but, Nate Shook, the matchmaker, David Feldman, they had all great things to say about your stand-up game, your footwork. You look like a veteran fighter in there as far as your stand-up, man. What do you contribute that to?
I appreciate that, man. I contribute that to my coach, Johnny Little, and, of course, my hard work and drive. Our coach, Johnny Little, he's from a boxing background. He started his own thing in MMA, though, with a couple other coaches, and they basically started as Knockout MMA. We moved out to Killer Bees, and now we're Killer Bees Jiu-Jitsu and Black Cells MMA, but our head coach is predominantly a boxer, and now that he's been teaching MMA for 10 plus years, basically anybody that fights MMA from our gym is definitely going to have some hands on them, and our coach is huge on footwork and head movement. That's I'm actually 6-1 as a professional fighter. My 2 losses are in boxing. I'm 0-2 in boxing. I took a fight with Roy Jones Jr.'s guy on a 2-day notice. He outweighed me by about 20 pounds or so. And I did that for the experience. And second fight, I fought a guy who'd been to nationals, and he was a straight killer. And there were some holes in my game. I wasn't having my hand placement right. And that was about a year ago, and my coach had just drilled hand placement, footwork into my drilling, and I think it's muscle memory now. And I didn't, I think that's what won me the fight. So I'm just pressing the gas on footwork, hand placement, and turning over my punches. That way my hands don't break.
Excellent, man. And that's what the experience with, the bare knuckle, the more you get in there, the more you get acclimated to the game, the more that you can, sit back and, them power shots, you're not putting it all in there and breaking them knuckles. You're learning where to hit, when to hit. What's, when you were in there, what's the difference between, boxing with the gloves on and the bare knuckle? What'd you feel in there, like the tempo and just the speed of the game?
I'll say the biggest difference is you don't feel as safe with bare knuckle, because with boxing gloves, you have a lot that is guarding your face whenever you play the peekaboo game, keeping your hands real tight. But with MMA and bare knuckle, you don't have as much cushion. So hand placement has to be on point, or they will find a home if they're a good striker for their right or their left. So basically, I think the biggest difference is having your hands tighter, because now a bare knuckle can slip in, not a 16-ounce glove. You understand? So 16-ounce glove, there can be a little space in there, but bare knuckle, there can't be no space, so they're going to slide in there if they're a good enough striker. So I think the biggest thing to take away is hand placement definitely has to be on point in bare knuckle.
Excellent, my friend. As far as being in there, man, you went against a game opponent in there. You guys, I thought you were going to go on a little later in the card, but you started off the card. Was that surprising to you? Did you think you were going late?
I actually asked them to do that. I told them, let me be the first fight on the card, and I guarantee you nobody will take a piss. They won't get up to go get a beer. They're going to want to watch all these fights, because no matter who they put in front of me, I was gonna come out and run my game plan, whether it be by mouthpiece or footwork, really. But I was gonna do what I needed to do to put on a show and to get the win. And I think ultimately, just putting everything together is what got me that win. Because Van Vo is definitely tough, and he's got a lot more experience than me. I think that I just frustrated him with my footwork, because if you've seen in his other fights, he lands punches, and I didn't give him that chance to me. I credit that to just footwork, little.
Excellent, my friend. Well, went the distance there, but unanimous decision. You looked great in there. After the fight, you were saying something to David. What were you saying to him at ringside there?
I basically just told him, let me get that contract. Next fight, I promise to go for a finish. And then I just told him he could put anybody in front of me, and I guarantee you they was going to get a show, and they were going to get their money's worth, because no matter who they put in front of me, win, lose, or draw, I'm coming hard, and I'm coming to finish. Killer be killed, that mindset here at our gym. We train the way we fight, and we fight the way we train.
And talking to Nate Shook, he talks about that exclusively, how it takes a little time for these fighters to get acclimated in there. Even the professional boxers have been doing it for a long time. It's different in there, man. It's an eye-opener. As far as you got the contract that night, what was the feeling like? You were the first fight of the night, and basically the first contract awarded that night. What was that feeling like, and what's that make you feel like going into that next fight for them?
Definitely makes me feel like I have something to prove. I want them to know that they're investing in the right guy. I'll say this: whenever the announcer, Christopher, I think is his name, he came up and told me, I put on the show, David was on the edge of his seat, and then David came up to me personally. It definitely lit a fuel under my fire, and you can ask my coaches and my teammates. I was back here Monday of the next weekend after my fight, the next week after my fight, with a messed up hand. I was working my left hand, but I'm in great shape. I just did 12, 13 3-minute rounds of boxing with multiple different guys. I stay in shape. I'm ready for whatever they throw at me. So I'm excited to put on a show and really make a statement in this next one, and show them that first one was just really just a learning experience. So that's it.
Do you have any timeline when you think they're going to be getting you on in the next one? I mean, I know they have one on November 21st. What's your timeline? Any talk between them as far as a matchup, and what's next for you?
I heard something about December 11th in Biloxi, and I can only think that if they came to Biloxi, they better put me on the card, because I'm going to definitely sell some tickets and definitely have the crowd on their feet for sure. And honestly, I'm not the one to call anybody out. I've already told my manager this, but Rusty Crowder was supposed to fight me for one of the BKFCs. I would love to let him to welcome me into BKFC, or if they want me up to the line, I just think I'd eat that guy's lunch. That's just it. I got too good of footwork, too good of boxing, and Reggie couldn't put him away, and I'd love to show that I could. So.
Excellent. I mean, well, December sounds great, man. Great early Christmas present to get you out there. As far as as far as September 26th, that was in your home state. You had a hell of a crowd there. You had a lot of backing, a lot of support. Nate was talking about you, just the composure you coming out there. It looks like you are made for this game. You were enjoying every moment, from the walkout to the, walking around the cage, and the ring, and just performing out there. Is this for you? Is BKFC the next, what you're aspiring to do in your career?
Man, you gave me chills, man. I just asking me those questions gave me chill bumps. Yeah, man, it's in my blood. Nate Shook got it right. This is. I was born for this, man. I don't think if it was bare knuckle with kicks and headbutts, I don't care if it was kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, roly-poly. I come to compete, and I'm the kind of guy that will play technical with you, but also bite on my mouthpiece and put on a show. I'm just excited, and yeah, I do think that this could, as long as if they're going to put me on, what I want is to make it to the top. So whether it be BKFC, whether it be another promotion, I like the way BKFC, they're one of the biggest promotions right now, and I just want my last name to be remembered. I want to know that I come to fight, and that's it. So I'm really just going to where the more followers are and where the money is. That's it.
Excellent, my friend. As far as this next fight, it could be in December. What do we expect to see from you? Because you're gonna have another full training camp, getting ready for this fight, focusing on nothing but bare knuckle boxing. What do we expect to see out wide open Weems?
Definitely some huge improvements because my last camp, I didn't really exactly know what to expect. I've already started to hone in on trying to hit smaller targets, get my hand speed up. My footwork's just staying crisp. I'm not working any power punches because my hand is it's still just a little bit swollen on the outside, but it's feeling good. I wrapped it up like I do on fight nights tonight when I sparred.
Excellent, my friend. Well, pleasure talking to you. Pleasure meeting you, buddy. Getting pick your brain about this experience. We'll definitely be talking again. When you get that matchup, hopefully you'll get it for December and get the matchup you want. Last thing, my friend. Shout outs, social media. I know you're building up your social media, and you want people to see you get ready for that next event of yours. So shout it out, my friend.
All right, I'm Joshua Wide Open Weems 1-2 on Instagram, and then just Joshua Weems on Facebook. I've got about 2 or 3 different profiles. It's the one with me with my family. So yeah, add me, follow me. I have a fighter page, Joshua Wide Open Weems on Facebook. I'm trying to stay active on there more. I want to give my gym, Killer Bees Jiu Jitsu and Black Cells MMA, a shout out. My head coach Johnny Little and all my training partners, and I also want to give a shout out to Prehab, Soft Tissue and Repair, also known as Norville Chiropractic Clinic. They're always helping me out, looking out for me. Clayton Pitch, you my boy. And I also want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Megan Sullivan. So, but that's about it. Oh, and Healthway, Crossroads Cafe, Healthway. Their food store is always looking out for me, sponsoring me for my fights, giving me supplements. So thank you, Mr. John.
Excellent, my friend. Well, thanks again, Josh, for catching up and, getting to meet you and pick your brain a little bit about the crossover from MMA to bare knuckle boxing. So here we got Joshua Wide Open Weems coming off his first win for bare knuckle boxing, his first fight for them for Total Line Fight Series. We'll be seeing him back. Hopefully he'll be at Total Line Fight Series 4 in December in his home state where he can pack it in there and really put on a show. So Josh, thank you so much, man, and we'll see you real soon, and we'll be talking to you soon about that next matchup.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you for having me, man. I enjoyed it.
Excellent. I mean, anytime, man. We're going to be getting this going now, man, because we're going to be seeing a lot of you out there.
For sure. Appreciate you, man. You have a good night.
All right, man.